Hi, hello, welcome to the last of the 2017 videos. Dustin
Yes.
is back.
I am overexposed Dustin. I'm so excited to be here. And so bright. So bright.
Well, yeah, white shirt was an interesting choice. But
Yeah.
Dustin,
Yes.
this conference was, or direct or presentation, whatever the hell you want to call it,
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yes.
But it was focused on the Switch.
Yes. Also, we are Switch colors, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed.
That's pretty cool.
It's on his hat.
It is.
So
Pretty good hat.
I got 15 minutes on the clock.
Yes.
The presentation was a 25-minute video, mostly pretty fast-paced. There's a couple of moments where they rambled a little bit, but it was very little talking, so it's not a big deal.
Good to see green screen Reggie. That was a little weird, but, you know, it was fine.
It was like if Reggie was in a sci-fi original series.
Yes.
Yeah.
That quality of where it's just like, okay, it looks pretty
real, but
but
it's hyper real.
But it's like a little
too shiny.
Yeah. You got to walk into the sun of the Windows XP.
Yeah, there's not a lot
default.
of depth. It's strange.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll through the list, okay?
Go right ahead.
We start off with a great montage. Nintendo has really perfected the montage commercial, and I know you were teasing them with their millennial advertising they like to do.
Yeah.
But that messaging with a catchy song has really worked out well for them in the past year.
Yeah, definitely.
And they continue that Switch branding. But this one had ARMS, which, it's coming out Friday.
Yep.
Rocket League was announced here, which makes me very happy. It's my game of 2015, one of my favorites. And as we found out later on, it's going to have crossplay.
Yep.
So I can play with my PS4 friends or PC friends, and just that is really cool.
Yes.
I can't wait to start over. I just recently looked at my Rocket League stats. I have over 1,700 matches, 900 wins. But yeah, I'm excited to start over, and Mario items. So
I will be excited to play a lot in Rocket League.
yeah, it's coming this fall, and it's a great get for them.
Absolutely.
It'll work really well in the system. Also had some Pokken Tourney, which we found out last week. I didn't play Pokken, so I'll probably maybe pick it up.
Yep.
I'm on the fence about that one, but my brother liked it. He doesn't like that it's getting a remake so soon, but
Yeah, the let's do a remake 3 or 4 years after the fact seems a little it's got new content, which is good.
well, this one's only a year.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It has been that recent.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So they showed off FIFA some and Splatoon 2. So
Yeah.
I mean, we know about this. These are things that are coming out. Splatoon 2 is going to be great. FIFA, I think both EA and Nintendo is hoping will be a hit. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It's important for third party. And then, kind of odd, the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 reveal.
It wasn't a reveal.
Well,
it was
it's
just a new
true, but
trailer.
kind of a little bit more into the story and the vibe of it. It focused on the graphics, which was odd because it's not strong.
It looked like the best RPG of 2003.
It's a bit harsh, but it didn't look great.
It was like it looked very PS2 graphics, especially in the facial animation department.
But then
you got a lot of
yeah, but when they finally got to gameplay, it looked great. And when they were showing the characters running, and Xenoblade is a game of you're a tiny little person, and you're just running this vast world. That stuff looked good.
It looked like fun. The characters looked like they're well designed. A couple of the one girl with the really skinny hot pants, and then the shirt that's got weird underboob undershirt thing going on. Very strange, with the clothing design, but the characters look all right.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be good because Xenoblade Chronicles was good. Xenoblade Chronicles X was good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a wow moment for me.
Yeah.
It was just solid.
Yeah, it's
solid.
just hey, this game's coming out.
For me, I'm happy to see Kirby.
Yes.
Kirby tends to be like regaled to like portables and also systems that are dying. So now he actually gets to be on a system that's going to be thriving.
Yes.
And it looks good. I really liked Return to Dreamland, although it was a super late game on the Wii.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that more people will probably get to play it. It looked good. It had combining powers from my favorite Kirby, Crystal Shards. Really clean look.
Yeah.
Looks fun. It looks like you're like talking to enemies into becoming your friends.
Yeah.
Co-op, of course.
Throwing the heart thing, that was awesome. Yeah, gonna have local co-op at least. Maybe online, but probably just local. Kirby's much more of a couch game in terms of co-op.
I don't know. It could go either way. They are putting more things online.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first Kirby game for like someone like Charles, who's probably never played a Kirby game.
Yeah.
But, like this will be the first one he might try. It's weird talking that led up to the head of the Pokemon company saying like Pokemon tournament's coming out, fellas. Oh yes. Also, we don't have a screenshot. We don't have a name. We don't have a logo. But Pokemon is getting a RPG made for the Switch.
Yes.
And they're targeting next year.
It was just kind of like...
this for me makes up for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, they're just taking the same assets and they're doing a new story and it's so soon to do a remake. Well, that is just a placeholder to sell some units to get people still into the Pokemon world and have a product out this year, because it seems like they're putting everything they have into a new console quality Pokemon game, which I can't wait to see how it looks running on a Switch. Is a big difference between the 3DS and the Switch.
Pokemon Coliseum 3?
They did say full RPG. It's not a battle game. It's not a mini game. It's not a half-ass attempt.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's not Pokemon Snap either. But
Pokemon Snap would be amazing on the Switch, by the way. Let me just point that out there. Like, you could get you could just tilt it, and that would be the camera controls. You could hit the buttons to snap cameras.
I know
items.
Pokemon Go is already there, but Pokemon Snap, mobile game, just saying.
It's pretty good.
Where I made Charles happy by like giving him a shout out, I probably pissed him off by saying Pokemon Snap should be a mobile game. He loves that game.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know inside references from my friends. That's always good to do.
Yes. Everyone will enjoy it. So exciting.
I'm very excited for Pokemon 2018, which is major for us and probably bigger deal in the grand scheme of things. However, when they started showing space and you heard the music and they're going, I'm like, it's like, Dustin, it's time. Metroid Prime 4.
All we get is the logo.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I don't care. I'm just... It's coming. It's coming. I'm happy. I can just...
Because I want to end on a different note. After the main presentation, they were just talking, and they're like, oh yeah, we got another announcement, a 3DS game coming out this year. No big deal. It's a 2D Metroid game.
It is a Metroid 2 remake, and if you are a big fan of Metroid as I am, you know that there was a Metroid 2 fan remake last year.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things where they got immediately slapped with a cease and desist the day after they released. And, that Nintendo was going to cease and desist them anyway. That was just going to happen. Yeah. But the fact that they already had specifically a Metroid 2 remake in development at the time is just crazy coincidental. And I'm happy to see the Metroid franchise getting some love after the absolute... I don't want to say debacle, because it wasn't even exciting enough to be a debacle. It was just like a Federation Force.
Yeah. To see them say look, we want to tell you there's Prime coming is a major deal. I'm really excited. The Metroid 2 remake, Metroid Samus Returns for Switch, for 3. I wish it was for Switch. Yeah. No, but for 3DS looks great. It looks like something I want to play on my 3DS.
Yep.
I like the look of it a lot. It looked fun. She has this counterattack that looked really neat. Metroid fans, this was your holiday.
Yeah. Seriously.
I know, like, when Prime came out, Fusion came out, but, like, that's, like, 16 years ago, so...
Yeah.
This is really cool stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the best days for Metroid fans in a while.
Yeah.
So, this is pretty exciting. Very, very excited.
Next up, let's do dueling impressions. Yoshi! I can't quite get that octave. Just try it.
Yoshi!
Yeah, he's got it.
I lost it.
Yeah. Yoshi's Woolly World was really good.
Yes.
And this is not quite the same thing, but sort of a sequel. A little bit different art style, but that beautiful, like, realistic craft style. There's like cardboard fold out. There's a lot of drawings.
Yeah.
Little houses made of pretty artsy stuff.
Like, between that and, like, for instance, Paper Mario Color Splash, the way that looked, and the original Woolly World, Nintendo has, like, this craftwork style, this craftwork, like, aesthetic, completely nailed.
Yeah, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse with its claymation style was beautiful. They have some of the most talented, like, artists I can think of, like, and their art direction is so strong that this game, which is running on the Switch, is meant to be a cutesy, all-ages game, looks better than most of the games announced over the weekend at any E3 conference. Like, watch that Yoshi trailer for the Yoshi 2018 Switch game, and just from a beautiful graphic standpoint, like, it can compete with, like, these crazy Xbox One X games and stuff like that, just and some of the neat things it's doing.
Yeah, the Switch is obviously a much more limited console in terms of graphical capability. And a lot of people knock it for that, but they forget that it's a portable console that you can take with you. Like, that could like, this is essentially running on a tablet. And it looks amazing.
Right.
Not just considering the specifications, but just in general, because Nintendo has this great ability to work within limitations.
Yes.
And a very strong art direction sense. So that's always exciting to see more of. And I think almost every game we saw took full advantage of that.
Yeah, I would say, like, the next game I'm talking about in Xenoblade may not play to the strengths of the Switch as much as what other games do, but they both are going to be good. The next one being Fire Emblem Warriors. Hyrule Warriors is a good game. I know it's not for everybody, but it's a good game. Fire Emblem... I hate to say it, I think Fire Emblem's gotten too much love lately and needs to cool off. Like, after this Fire Emblem Warriors, well, this year alone, Fire Emblem Warriors, Fire Emblem Shadows of Valeror, and Fire Emblem Mobile. This year. Not to mention that, like, it had 2 prior 3DS games in the last 3 years. It's a lot.
2 new characters in Smash Brothers.
And there's a Fire Emblem for Switch also coming in 2018, amongst all these other 2018 games we're talking about. It wasn't mentioned today, but we know it's coming. So, after that, I need that franchise to cool off for a while. Like, give me Advance Wars, do something else.
Like, I love Fire Emblem, but I can't keep up, is my concern.
I'm interested in this, and I may pick it up, but... I'm like right at the line where it's just like, I don't care what it is, I'm done. The Fire Emblem Switch is like, that's the last straw. So, like, I'm not gonna buy that 3DS Shadows of Valencia. There's too much Fire Emblem. But Warriors looks fine. Sorry. The Zelda DLC they kind of touched upon. It looks good. The first pack looks like hard modes and difficulty and like some quality of life improvements, extra costumes, armor. The Trials of the Sword looks really hard.
I cannot wait for that, because one of my favorite quests in the Breath of the Wild was the Eventide Island.
Eventide Island,
where you get there and it's just like, okay, all your equipment's gone, just survive.
Right.
Just try to make it off this island on your own.
It was very tricky, very fun to do. I like the way I took out the Hinox in that area. So I actually didn't get to that island until later in the game, so I had some of the champion abilities. So, but
I had nothing when I got to that island, and I'm just sitting there like, oh man, I cannot wait to do this.
Speaking of the champions, though, they announced the Champions Ballad DLC, but I don't know what that means. they have amiibos for the champions, which look gorgeous, and I do want them.
Yeah.
But it's extra story, but I think it's going to be like finding memories of them and exploring like more video of them, like more cutscene maybe.
I imagine that,
but maybe an extra dungeon. Yeah,
I would love to play as one of the champions. That would be cool.
I too, but I'm trying to think of it. Like I'm thinking like Trial of the Sword for the first DLC will increase your Master Sword's power and make it never tire. So in this sense, I'm thinking like you do a dungeon, you do a quest to like find different memories of them, like lost memories with them, additional scenes, and then their powers that you already have are enhanced.
Yeah.
So that's the way that's my prediction. So
yeah. I'm thinking that if you drop the amiibo, a chest will drop containing that champion's signature weapon.
That'd be cool.
Like the light scale trident, the boulder breaker.
Oh, we're definitely going into overtime. Just hit the 15-minute mark.
Yeah.
They talked about their tournaments they're doing at E3, which is fine. I mean, there's going to be Splatoon, Pokken, ARMS. So
I mean, we're not there. We're not watching it, unfortunately. But
I might see highlights, but it's not as exciting as a Smash tournament to me. But that's just me. I'm really looking forward to 2 of those games. The third one's a maybe, so it's fine. It's good for E3 and the people there for sure.
Yeah, certainly.
They gave a little love to Mario plus Rabbids, which we saw, and it's surprisingly getting a very positive reaction online.
Yeah.
Even the people who like dislike or even hate the Rabbids are like, I'm gonna have to deal with them because I want to play silly XCOM.
I mean, even in this version, I think they've been toned down a little bit, so they're not as annoying. I mean, they're still like weird, obnoxious characters.
That's the Rabbids, you know.
Yeah, that's really all they are. And, like, I guess in this post Minions world, we can kind of accept it. We've been desensitized to the obnoxious mascot character.
I
think like there's always been obnoxious mascot characters.
Sure, I'd rather Mario plus Rabbids than Mario plus Minions. Sure.
Yeah, but I
mean,
think
I'd rather have Mario plus Serve bosses or the good ones, but it looks good. I'm excited for that game, so I'm glad it got touched upon again. But
I'll definitely play it.
The big show.
Yes, the big show.
We all knew Mario Odyssey was going to be touched on. Mario Odyssey gameplay was going to be shown. Mario Odyssey was going to get blown out at this E3. Their booth is designed like New Donk City from the game.
Yeah.
But I did not expect what I saw.
Yeah. An entirely new central gameplay mechanic. Like, we saw him throw his hat and bounce off it and stuff, and like that was novel enough.
Yeah.
And Andrew's mind was just blown by the...
I don't think it was my mind. I think it was everybody's mind.
Yeah.
Who did not see Mario having the ability to possess people, like Geist Mario, you know.
Yeah.
He takes his hat, he chucks it at something, and I mean something. I don't mean someone. I mean... Like
basically anything.
He possesses an electric pole, turns it to a ball of electricity, and flies up a skyscraper to travel quickly. He sees a pylon on the side of the street, you know, like a little traffic pylon. Yeah. He possesses it, and then uses that to like fling himself forward. So
thank you.
It's crazy what they're doing with this. He throws his hat ob-job style, it spins around, and he's like targeting different enemies with it. He throws his hat at a Bullet Bill, possesses the Bullet Bill, then starts flying around as a Bullet Bill.
Definitely watch the trailer.
You know, there's a freaking T-Rex! A motherfucking, like, realistic T-Rex that he possesses and has a little mustache and googly-eye Mario hat on top of it. It's just like, what is this game? There is, like... Mario in between worlds moments where like he sees like a wall mural that looks like 8-bit classic Mario and then goes into that and has that retro style and you're playing 2D Mario in this beautiful world.
And you reach the edge and you just pop
and you just turn right back into 3D. It's the really cool, like almost seamless transition between classic Mario gameplay and modern Mario gameplay.
Yeah.
Definitely like a great evolution. Like where I thought when Mario 64 came around, obviously it just changed the way people played 3D games. It was a great E3 video of like back then, when they're showing off Mario 64 on stage, and the guy like touches the joystick, and the people go ah because they see him moving in 3D. Yeah. And then Galaxy, I remember when that was announced at the Wii E3, and people lost their minds of like Mario jumping from these little planets and being shot out into space, and playing around with gravity. This to me is the same kind of like, wow, you've reinvented the Mario wheel yet again.
Yeah.
The gameplay variety that you can do, the different ways you can solve quest.
Yeah.
It has quest.
And this time, moons.
Yeah, you're collecting power moons. I
mean,
noticed.
that it's not stars anymore. It's moons. Moons all the way, baby.
Moons. Stars last year. Moons.
Even if you shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, there's more moons. So
the game seems to be about Bowser trying to marry Peach.
He's done with the kidnapping stuff. He wants a legally binding contract at this point.
He also, the sub-enemies, the Brutals, are an evil wedding planning agency of rabbits. Yeah.
That, like, Mario and rabbits lately.
Yeah, it's true.
That is, like, just the idea of that is so brilliant. Like, I'm excited for Super Mario Universe, where we have an evil real estate team that's buying and selling planets. And so it's Super Mario Galaxy style, but you have the ship from Odyssey, and you're possessing aliens.
That's crazy. This game is so insane. This trailer was so nuts, and just analysis videos are going to take forever. I'm going to watch it over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
The game comes out in October. I'm surprised not November. The amiibos with like Bowser's like white bitch and pimp suit. Bowser looks great in a tux. You have Bridal Peach and like this adorable white suit, top hat Mario. It's so cool.
Really solid.
Oh gosh, it's just I just keep thinking about like moments from that game, and I'm just like, I can't wait to play it. Mario has different outfits. I love Mexa Mario.
Yep.
His Mexican outfit, his safari look, his football player look, because he goes to these different worlds, gets different like clothes that have different abilities.
Yeah.
We saw so many different possibilities. This is like a Breath of the Wild style reimagining of the 3D Mario games.
Yeah, like I think Nintendo is definitely coming back with the sort of novelty of gameplay lately. It's just like let's just have a really weird, inventive mechanic, and just they center the game around it, and it works very well for them lately. And plus, the game is big. We don't know exactly how big, but it looks
massive.
Looks pretty big.
Oh, and Pauline is the mayor.
Pauline's the mayor of New Donk City, wearing her Carmen Sandiego outfit, and it's great. Yeah.
We didn't mention the Mario Odyssey theme song we got to hear.
With lyrics and everything.
Odyssey, yes, you see, something, something, jazzy song.
You tried.
You watched the trailer.
Well, they don't need to now. You've recapped the entire presentation.
Every second of the Mario trailer, like I've memorized already.
In like 10 minutes. So. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
You ready?
Well, yeah. Well, we have to do the review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got so excited.
Yeah, so I'm thinking A+ from Andrew.
Okay. For me, just A, not A+. A+, I would have needed one more, like that rumored Smash Brothers remake. Like if that was teased, I would have been like, you got me, you're done. I got nothing else to say. Or we still have a lot of Switch questions. We don't know what the hell is going on with the Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Their online service got delayed. We don't know what that looks like. So there are still a lot of questions and like a lot of things that we don't know that we could have found out. But it's definitely an A. It's definitely, for the first time in years, Nintendo you've won E3 for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
This was a relatively safe, conservative E3, I think, in a lot of ways. And its reveals were really, really cool.
Yeah, they just have a very solid game lineup, and the Switch in 2018 is the console to have, I think.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I mean, if you just look at all the games that you can only get on Switch and nowhere else, it's killing it.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
My review is a Metroid in a Mario hat.
Holy
mustache.
shit! Wow.
That's my review.
Look at that.
Yeah, those are my.
I was reacting because I could see the monitor, but like, holy god, that is awesome.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. Also, Nintendo, make this happen. Make this happen in Metroid Return of Samus as a bonus enemy.
Oh gosh.
You just shoot the crap out of it with missiles and Mario pops out. All in all, between all the stuff we saw in Mario Odyssey, Beyond Good and Evil with Ubisoft stuff, a few things that Sony and Xbox showed off, and the 2 Metroid games that were revealed today.
Yeah.
It's been a good E3 for me, especially.
Yeah, I don't mean to like sound like I was down on it. I think overall it wasn't as exciting as the past few years, but still, you can pull out like at least 10 good things.
Yeah, and even if you're not into the stuff that we're into, you're excited for like Call of Duty, God of War. That's definitely like I'm excited for God of War. It looks neat.
I'm on the fence on whether I'm actually going to get around to playing that, but it looks good for people. I like that they're trying with the story.
Yeah.
So
I do like that he killed all the Greek gods, so now he's got to move on to other mythologies.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Kratos versus Vishnu in God of War India. Maybe.
This Nintendo recap is taking a turn.
Crossovers, so many crossovers. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like, you expect Nintendo to disappoint, and they did not.
No, it was good. Good
So,
stuff.
Mario Odyssey.
We tip our hats to you.